Hi, I'm Miss Sarah, and this is At Home Makerspace, where I show you how to make fun projects with things you can find at home. It's back to school time now, which means some of you may have already started back to school, and some of you may be heading back soon. Since you are starting back to school, we thought this would be a good time to slow down production of new Makerspace videos. But don't worry, we'll still be reposting old videos on our Facebook, and you can watch the complete playlist of Makerspace videos on our YouTube, which I'll link in the description. Now, since it's back to school time, we thought it would be fun to soup up a school supply, and we'll be learning how to make pencil toppers. This is a really quick and easy craft, so let's see how to do it. First up, I'll show you how to make this shaped pencil topper using a pipe cleaner. All you'll need is a pencil and a pipe cleaner. Start by placing the end of the pipe cleaner an inch or so away from the end of your pencil. Then begin to wrap. You'll want to wrap about half of the pipe cleaner around the pencil. Now take the other end of the pipe cleaner and loop it around where you stopped wrapping to make a loop like this. Now you can fold that loop into whatever shape you would like. I'm going to be folding mine into a heart shape. And when you're all done folding the top, your pencil topper is complete. Next, I'll show you how to make this fuzzy pencil topper using an oversized pipe cleaner. For this one, you'll need your pencil as well as a thicker pipe cleaner like one of these, some googly eyes, and some craft or white glue. For this project, I'll be using the pink pipe cleaner, and as before, I'll start by placing the end against my pencil, then wrapping it around. But this time, we're going to wrap the entire pipe cleaner around the pencil. And as you can see, you might need to compress your wrapping or slide it a little further down the pencil to get the entire thing wrapped, like this. And after that, we're going to add our googly eyes. Use a little bit of craft glue or white glue. And we're just going to put a little bit on the back of the googly eyes and then glue them in place. If you don't have googly eyes or want to do something else, you could also glue other decorations to your pipe cleaner, like small buttons, ribbon, or pieces of felt. When you're all done, allow your glue to dry and your pencil topper is complete. Now that you've seen two designs using pipe cleaners, what designs can you come up with? Next up, I'll show you how to make another shaped pencil topper using craft foam. If you're not familiar with craft foam, it is a thin, flexible sheet of foam that comes in lots of colors. You'll need a pencil, a sheet of craft foam in whatever color you'd like, and some scissors. You might also want something to trace, like these cookie cutters, and decorating supplies that will work on foam, like Sharpie markers or paint pens. The first thing you'll want to do is trace the shape of your pencil topper onto your craft foam. I'll be using a cookie cutter to make a butterfly shape. When you're done tracing, go ahead and cut the shape out using your scissors. Next, we're going to cut a couple of slits to attach our pencil topper to our pencil. So our pencil will sit here, and we're going to cut a couple of slits here and here to make a little tab that our pencil can slip through. So I'm going to go ahead and fold it in half like this so that I can cut through the middle and make one slit and a second slit. Make sure you don't go all the way to the end of your shape. Now let's see if it works with my pencil. And yep, this looks like it'll work. And you can see it now holds my pencil topper in place. If you'd like, you can now choose to decorate your pencil topper with a coloring supply that works on craft foam, like paint pens or Sharpie markers. I don't recommend regular markers because they're more likely to smear. When you're all done decorating, you might need to let your pencil topper dry if you're using paint pens, which is what I'm going to do. And once my pencil topper has completely dried, I can go ahead and insert my pencil through the tab, and my pencil topper is complete. For some added decorating fun, you could choose to decorate one side in one pattern and the other side in another. Finally, I'll show you how to make another shaped pencil topper using felt. You'll need a pencil, some felt, a sewing needle, and some thread that matches the color of your felt. Mine are both yellow. You might also want something shaped that you can trace. I'm using cookie cutters. You'll also want a pen and a pair of scissors, as well as decorating supplies that work on felt like puffy paint or paint pens. The first thing you'll want to do is fold your piece of felt in half. Next, draw or trace the shape you would like your pencil topper to be. I'm going to be tracing the cookie cutter to make a tulip shape. When you're done tracing, grab your scissors and cut out your shape. Make sure you're going through both layers of the felt. This way, you'll have two identical pieces. When you're done cutting, if you have tracing lines that are still visible, go ahead and flip your pieces so the pen lines are going to be on the inside. The next thing we'll need to do is sew our two pieces together with some needle and thread. Our pencil will sit between the two layers like this, and we'll need to sew around the outside, leaving an opening at the bottom for the pencil to slide in and out. The next thing I'm going to do is prepare my needle and thread for sewing. I'm going to be going through this pretty quickly, but if you're new to sewing, I have a sewing video which goes into a lot more detail about how to thread your needle, and I'll link it in the description. And speaking of thread, you'll notice I picked a color that was similar to the color of my fabric. I recommend picking a similar color if you want your stitches to blend in, but you can also choose a contrasting color if you want your stitches to stand out. Now you'll want to go ahead and cut a length of thread. For most hand sewing projects, I would recommend a length between 18 inches and 24 inches. That's 1.5 to 2 feet. Now to thread our needle, we're going to place the end of the thread through the eye of the needle, which is the hole here at the top. Hopefully I can get it in focus. Okay. Go ahead and put it through that hole. Next, I'm going to tie a knot in the end of my thread. And again, I'm going to be going through this pretty quickly, but check out that linked video if you want to see how to do this in a little more detail. I'm starting by evening up the ends of my thread and wrapping it around my pointer finger once or twice. Roll it off my finger to make a twisty loop, and then pinch that loop to make my knot. Once again, if you need a little more help figuring out how to tie a knot at the end of your thread, go ahead and watch my video. Now I'm going to start sewing by starting between the two layers of felt so that my knot will be hidden between the two layers. Before I do that though, I'm just going to make sure that my felt is lined up. Then I'm going to go between those two layers and bring my needle up through one layer. So my knot here is hidden inside. Then I'm going to move my needle about 1/4 of an inch further along that outside and bring it down through both layers of felt. When I pull my needle through, that is my first stitch. Now I'm moving my needle another 1/4 inch and bringing it up through both layers of fabric. And I'm just going to continue doing this. Down, move 1/4 inch, up, move 1/4 inch, and so on. If you would like to do a more decorative stitch, go right ahead, and I have videos that include both how to do straight stitches as well as how to do more decorative stitches. Continue stitching until you have reached the other side, but make sure to leave an opening at the bottom for the pencil. All right, I'm done sewing. We can see I have a nice little opening for my pencil. So the last thing I'm going to do is tie a knot. So I'm going to go between the two layers, so I'm in the middle here. Go ahead and pull the needle through. Make a tiny stitch. You can just bring your needle down and up very quickly to make this little stitch. Leave a small loop of thread, then pass my needle through and pull it tight. Once again, I have a video on how to do this that goes into a lot more detail, so check out the link if you need a little extra help. The last thing will be trimming your extra thread. And with that, my pencil topper is complete. Go ahead and place it over the end of your pencil. If you'd like to add a little more decoration, puffy paint or paint pens will do the trick. And remember, if your sewing skills aren't quite ready for a felt pencil topper like this, you can always create one with a tab system like we did with our craft foam. All you'll need is one sheet of felt, which you cut a couple of slips in like this one, and you can have your own felt pencil topper, no sewing required. As we saw, there are all sorts of different ways to create a pencil topper. And I encourage you to be creative with the supplies you have at home to create your own. Remember, there are 3 ways that you can attach your pencil topper to your pencil. Our pipe cleaners are wrapped around our pencil. Our craft foam uses a tab, and our felt uses a pocket. You can use these techniques with whatever supplies you have at home to create your own. But don't forget, whatever kind of pencil topper you make, it's important that it be easy to remove your pencil topper to use the eraser. We hope you enjoyed learning how to make your own pencil toppers. If you do make one, we'd love to see it, so please take a picture and share it with us at the library. You can do so through our Facebook at www.facebook.com/FHCPL, through our Instagram. Our handle is @FHCPL, or you can send us an email. Our email address is makerspace@finleylibrary.org. Thanks for watching, and we hope you've enjoyed creating your own at-home makerspace projects as much as we've enjoyed sharing them with you. Remember, you can check out the complete playlist of at-home makerspace videos at the link in the description. We hope to see you again soon at the library.